welcome to Gargoyles Tales. This will be a segment of mysterious and unexplainable stories from around the world leading up to Halloween. Our first story takes place in Fukuoka Prefecture, hopefully I pronounced that right, in Japan. At Yanagawa High School. In this case, took place in 2015, so hasn't been that long ago. Now, Yanagawa High School is a private high school in Japan, and it's all girl school. So they have, like any school, a range of grades. And once a year, students, normally what they call first tenders, go to Hiko Mountain in Hiko Dam. Which this is actually really prevalent to the story of what transpired. So at about 10 a.m., and this is getting close to summertime, so it's almost the end of the school year. And in Japan, summertime is a big time for them to tell ghost stories. Now, most of you know, or those who don't know, Japan is very much steeped in ghost stories, mythology, spirits, things like that. So summertime is their time to talk about these ghost stories. So about 10 a.m. in the morning, so class is supposed to be getting out soon, according to the story. And then all of a sudden, one girl just drops to the ground and starts moving their body not like they're having a seizure, but just not in a normal way on the ground. And she's making commotions and gets the attention of the other students in the school. So some other students from other classrooms come in to see what the commotion is, what's going on. Then all of a sudden, some students from another classroom just fall to the ground, start acting this very same way as the first girl. And then more students come in, and a couple of those students from the other classroom hit the ground, doing the same thing. Now, mind you, these students came from other classrooms, and not all the students were acting like this. Just like, let's say, maybe 2 or 3 from one whole class that came to the first classroom would just start exhibiting this exact same behavior as the original student. So nobody can figure out what's going on, and it comes out to be a total, the numbers kind of vary, from 26 to 28 students. So I'm thinking it's about, and normally number hits about 28. So I'm thinking it was about 28 students acting very, very strangely. And nobody could figure out what was going on. So the school decided to contact the parents, have them come get their kids and take them home or take them to the hospital, and they would be in contact with all these parents. And mind you, 28 students, that's quite a bit. And that's a lot of phone calls. Now, remember when I said once a year they go to Hiko Mountain in Hiko Dam? So there's rumor that the students that went to Hiko Mountain, because it's kind of like an excursion, like a field trip, you know, like we do here in the States. You would go to a location, new students would learn about that area, you know. So the rumor was in Hiko Mountain, there is a headless girl that roams the area, especially from where I've read, the dam. So one of the students suggested that she was possessed by this angry spirit of this headless girl. And as other students came in to the classroom, they found that the spirit possessed them, certain individuals. The other theory, which it holds a lot of water, is mass hysteria. It was the cause of this whole thing. So, as the day went on, the school decided around noon, we are going to send everybody home and we're going to shut the school down for the day. Of course, while this was all going on, students were taking to Twitter and posting what was going on. After 20 female students at Yanagawa High School were possessed by a ghost and collapsed, it is really scary. The whole school went into a state of panic and shut down. It might be on TV. And the school was closed. The number who collapsed, 5 turned into 15, eventually suppressing 20. 27 girls collapsed in total. Freaky. Another one read, our school, rumors going around that an evil spirit was brought back from the mountain. Now over 15 people are dropping like flies. The girls are saying things like, kill me and die. It's too crazy. We're on a standby in the classroom. So, and that was another thing that all these students were saying. Kill me. Die. I want to die. So automatically some students were thinking that they were possessed by the spirit of this headless girl. So I did mention mass hysteria. And the thing with mass hysteria is psychologists have been trying to study it for quite a long time. There's a lot of research and a lot of study papers out there. And the thing that they come down to is, one, yes, one person can start this chain of events. The other problem is they don't know why. So they do know what can bring it on. Peer pressure, stress, certain smells. And believe it or not, I read today, one research found polluted water by you drinking it, and something in the world triggers you. All this can play a factor. They found out a lot of things play a factor in mass hysteria. And it normally happens in groups, in closed groups. So you figure like a school, you're all in a classroom together, or you're just all in the same campus together. That's what they would consider too as a closed group, even though you leave every day. Now, if you're in a closed group all the time, the chances of a mass hysteria possibly happening are greater. And in the research, they found out that mass hysteria in adolescents and teens is actually on the rise. And they do believe it's due to social anxieties and pressure from parents, the pressures of school. So, But there again, was it mass hysteria? Or were they actually possessed? That's a question I'll let you guys answer in the comments below what you think. But I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Gargoyles Tales. And then we will see you next week with another tale from somewhere else around the world. Until then, take it easy.